Today I want to work on this 1969 Ford Torino Talladega that a friend gave to me in a trade. He did a little bit of detail work on the grill and maybe change the wheels or something. I'm sure he won't mind that I'm going to do something different with it. I'm going to go ahead and crack it open. He drilled the mounting post out a long time ago. Oh, it looks like he spray painted the interior. Okay, he painted the interior as well. I think we may just leave the interior the way it is since it's already been painted. Get the glass out of the way. I want to save the black hood. And I think I do want to save that because it says Ford across there. So I'll take some masking tape and cover that up. But I want to go with a light green, like a fluorescent type green body finish with the black hood, and then make it look distressed to put in my junkyard diorama. So let's mix up a color and get started. I like to use this green frog tape. I have better luck with it than any other brand I've tried. I took my thumbnail and pressed it down in there so I could see these lines. Put on a second piece to cover up the rest of that black that I wanted to save. It should be good. Now we can degloss it a little bit. This nice little wire brush leaves a smooth finish that will knock the gloss down some. I'll spend a few minutes doing that, and then I'll mix up the paint. Today I'll be using this sanding deglosser. I will take a Q-tip and go over the body with this, and that will also help break the gloss as well. I'll just put a little bit in this lid and wipe it over the body. This will help our next layer of paint bond a little bit better, even though I've really never had any problems, but if you got something, you might as well use it. I've got a couple bottles of this stuff lying around. I'm refinishing furniture. Okay, that will dull the paint finish some, and we'll get an even better bond for our next coat.
After it sits for 5 or 10 minutes, I'll give it an alcohol wash. Make sure I get all the residue off.
Alright, now we're ready for paint. I'm going to start with a touch of black. I'm going to add some of this dark blue. Now I'm going to add some yellow. Let's see what we get. I think we need some more blue. Alright, I'm happy with that color. I'm going to go ahead and start by getting the inside first. I always try to encapsulate the whole car. That way the paint seems like it sticks better. let that dry, and it will probably take a few coats. While I enjoy this green color and this casting so much, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to this purple one, because I know I'm not going to be happy just having one. I'm going to need two. And that way, if somebody wants one, I won't hesitate so much, because I'll have two. Let's go ahead and paint this one the same color. And this one doesn't have a painted interior, so I'll pick a different color for this one somewhere along the way. Now we'll have two green ones. While I'm waiting on paint to dry, I started to look for some wheel options. I have this Johnny Lightning with rubber tires, and it never did roll right. The tires, I don't know what the problem is, but this one gets stuck a lot. It won't spin freely. And yeah, the other three aren't so great either, but sometimes this one gets hung up. Either way, I'm taking the wheels off of this. I could make a better looking demolition derby car than that anyway. I'm going to take these wheels off and use them on one of the Torinos. Okay, nothing wrong with those wheels. They spin freely now. It was just rubbing the inner wheel wells here. So I'll find some plastic wheels or something for this and maybe repaint it and put it in the junkyard, or maybe make another derby car, my version of a derby car out of it. Perfect interior for a derby car. Surprised it doesn't even have a dashboard though. I guess it does. I ended up destroying that car's chassis to get the wheels out, but I got them out and they're usable without any damage. So that's a good thing. Now at least one car will have rubber tires. Who knows, maybe I can find something for the other one too. If I didn't go to all that trouble for nothing, if they don't work on this, I can use them on something else. Looks good. They're a little large. I may have to add some wheel spacers, but I can't tell till I put the body together. Adding wheel spacers might make it too tight. We'll put it together and find out. They fit on there pretty nice. I don't think I'm going to need wheel spacers. And it rolls a lot better than it did on the Johnny Lightning. Perfect. Now I can hopefully find something for the other vehicle. I've got these simple mainline matchbox wheels that I like, and they're the right width and everything. I'm going to pop these in here for now, but if I find some rubber ones, we may upgrade it before the job is done. These tires actually don't look bad. They're just not rubber, but it looks like a nice stock wheel that you could possibly see on a old Torino like this. I kind of like those. I might just keep these because it doesn't make much of a difference to me if they have rubber or plastic wheels. I just like the look. Before I investigate the matchbox wheels that I like, they rub the chassis a little bit and they don't roll freely. Not as free as they should. So I'm gonna take a razor knife. There's a little indentation there, a little bump that sticks out on all four wheels. I'm just gonna take my razor knife and slide over this back and forth until it's just totally smooth and there's no abrasions in the way. Very simple, like this. Well, after a few minutes of messing with that, there we go, we got some nice freely spinning wheels. That's how I want it. Perfect. Fortunately, the interior piece also helps hold the wheels in, so I'm guaranteed that these are going to work like they should now. Perfect. Again. The next thing that I'm going to do is paint these chassis black on the bottom so we can get rid of that shiny chrome. Alright, we'll let those dry and move on to the next step. Now both of the vehicles are dry enough to start the weathering process. I'm going to use a watered down gray on this one here that has the green hood. I'm going to do the watered down red on the one with the black hood, since it has this little bit of red showing through. And I mix these up a little bit. We'll put a good amount on the roofs. And a good amount on the trunk bed. And a little bit on the sides. Almost too much on this one. Now I'll turn on my fan and let this dry, and we'll see how it looks. We may need to add a second coat, or this might be enough. Now that those washers are dry, I'm going to add a little bit of red, just a little, onto this green one here. Just on the top of the fenders and doors. And just a little on the back here. That'll help with the rust. Now we're going to apply chestnut on the black version one. Alright, we'll let that dry. I added just a little bit more red to the back of this one to make the rust darker on the next coat. Now I want to apply some of the chestnut color onto this model. Now I'm going to take some burnt umber and darken up some of the rust on this version with the black hood. Alright, I think that's it for that one. I think I want to add a little bit more chestnut on here, and then I might even go back over that again with the gray wash. Now it's time to do my favorite part of the build, and that's to put some overspray dots. It's a fine mist, as fine as I can get it, over the bodies to enhance the rust. And my first color that I'm going to be using is the same colors we've been using, but it's going to be chestnut. I just want to put the smallest dots I can get. I'll spend a few minutes going over each car with those colors, and that'll probably finish it up. I'll let those dots dry before I move on to the next color, which will probably be Tuscan Red again. Now we'll try to do a fine mist of the Tuscan Red. Before I go any further, I want to take some of this burnt umber and darken up a few of the spots on this one. I think that's about it on that. Now I want to add a little bit of a black wash had so much fun putting on the dots, I almost forgot that we needed to paint the interior in the other vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and paint it this light color green. All right, both of the vehicles are dry enough to do the final assembly, I believe. I think I've gone far enough. I like how that one looks. Same here. You could add more if you wanted to, but I think this is good. I'm going to stop right here. Oh, I didn't notice that. I might doctor that up if I don't like how it looks. But it may look perfect once we put it together. Let's see. This green interior, I'm going to put in the all green version. And I'm also going to switch the windows. The lighter color windows I'm going to put in the all green version, and the darker color windows I'm going to put in the one with the black hood. So we'll swap the glass is what we're doing. Now, I'm not going to glue it together yet, because I might remove the back window to make it look even more junky. We'll see. I noticed a lot of pictures of them online. Seems like the back windows are broken or missing. Looking pretty good. I'll probably put a wash over the back, make it look dirty. So I still need to do that, and put a black wash on the front as well. So we're not totally done. Just need to do the black wash on the grills. Yeah, it looks good with the rubber tires. All right, I'm going to do the black wash. We'll let that dry, and then we'll take it over to the junkyard diorama and get some footage. Let these dry. Now that the paint is dry, let's take them over to the junkyard diorama and get some footage. It was a tight squeeze, but the Dodge Super Crew was able to tow them both. Well, I think this sums up our 1969 Ford Torino Talladegas junkyard makeover video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. You could also hit that hype button. And if you want to further support the channel, you could also check out my eBay store. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And don't be afraid to get out there and create something. You might even get your hands dirty.
Well, hello everybody. That was a fun ride, wasn't it?